So let's talk about an incredibly good book, and this is it. It's Between Burning Walls. It's the second book in the System Divine, and I'm very happy because the System Divine it's a trilogy, and I thought that it was a duology. So I'm very happy that it's going to be a third book because I'm not ready to let them go. I love all all the cast of this book because they are all amazing and yeah, I mean, I love the world that Jessica Brody and Joanne Rendell has have created in these books, and yeah, wow, I mean, it's amazing. For those of you that doesn't know what this is about, it's like a retelling of the Les Miserables, but in space with cyborgs and with ships and with lots of crazy things that I have come to love about this world. And yeah, I want to talk about this book, but I don't want to make a spoiler. So yeah, I'm going to be very, very secretive about the plot. But if you haven't read the first book, just stop seeing the review because it may contain spoilers for the first book. And I have to say it's almost 700 pages, and I just couldn't put it down. And you know that sometimes there's like the second book syndrome, where the second book it's just, meh. But no. In this case, the second book for me was even more amazing and better than the first one, and that's something that's pretty amazing because I did love in capital letters the first one, and I knew that I was going to love the second one, but I didn't expect how much I did love this one. This story continues where it was left before. We have Chatine, she's in the Bastille, in the prison, and we have Alouette, she's trying to find the answers to the questions of who she is and who her mother was and what happened to her. Marcellus, it's going to try to find the footing. He's going to be leaving everything that he was and that he believed in behind, and that he wants to join the Vanguard. He's in that point in which he's finding his own persona and he's growing out of the shade of his grandfather that has always tried to construct this image of him, and he had these expectations of who Marcellus had to be, and obviously he always failed because he's not that person, and he's a person that's different from what his grandfather expected him to be. And I love how he comes to realize in this book, despite all the things that happens to him, that he is his own person and that he makes his own choices, and I have to say that I love him. As you can see, for everything that I am saying, the characters in this trilogy are amazing. If we came to love them in the first book, we are going just to completely adore them in the second one. I love how they keep on growing and I love how they keep on evolving, and they are so real that it's very easy to believe that it is like these books are like telling something that really happened, because everything is very solid, not just the characters but also the world building and everything that we are going to find in this book. We are going to travel to another planet, and everything that we are going to find described in this book, the house and the wise and how they travel and this new planet and everything that happens there, it's very very believable. We knew about this planet in the first book, it's Albion, but yeah, I'm not going to say much more about this travel, but let's say that, as I say, you believe everything that's told in this book because it seems like it's very real, that like I don't know, that it's something that, as I say, real. I mean, it's amazing. Sometimes when you are reading a book and you go to a different world and there is a lot of world building like there is in this book, sometimes you have to take a leap of faith, that there's certain things that you don't really believe but you go with the flow. But in this book, at least I did believe everything. Everything was presented to me in a way that for me was very believable. You have these three estimates in which people live or just try to survive depending on where they are born into, and you have everything. It makes all sense how the different states life and the relation between the different planets of you have here a map, but the map is more about the world where we are going to be living this story, and everything is so well constructed that you really believe it. I mean, it's amazing. And yeah, I don't want to talk very much about the plot because one of the things that I love about this book is that maybe you can guess some things. I mean, you can guess that Alouette is going to be a very important character, and that's why she doesn't know anything about her past. So you can be properly shocked when you discover things about her. But I wasn't expecting how she discovers things and how she begins to see and to have some questions answered, and how there comes times in which she's afraid of knowing the answer because she knows that who she was before knowing who she really is, maybe they cannot commute, they cannot be the same person. And I love her. She sometimes is looking for the answers, but sometimes she has to like hit pause because everything is going on and she has to decide what's more important in the moment. And I love how there's things that you don't expect to see coming. I mean, I guess the relationship between Chatine and Roch, and I think that it was a pretty easy one to see. But also the way in which it's described, it's amazing. And I love that here we are going to find new people, new tribes. We are going to meet the defectors, the people who just left the regime and are living like in the outside. I love how the society there is presented, and I'm not going to say anything because I want you to be surprised. But I love how Chatine, since the first moment, she has been very distrusting in the first book. She was very distrusting from the first statement. And when she met Marcellus, she was like, okay, I don't like you because, you know, you are just this pompous flake and I don't like you. And then when he finds the defectors, she is also judgy. And I think that I love that because it shows that she's not perfect. She has been blaming another person because she has been telling Marcellus, and she has been distrusting the first and second statement because they judge people and they have these ideas of how the third staters are. And you know, and when she comes face to face with the chats, the chats, no, the chat is what the third and second statement called people like Chatine. But when she comes to meet the defectors, she also judges them because she has had all this information about them and all these ideas and preconceptions and everything. And I love that the characters are so human because sometimes we think, okay, we don't like to be judged because we know, but then sometimes we cannot help but judge, or maybe not judge but think that we know what's going on with other people. And I love this idea of having this character here who's Flo, because she's judging other people not because of her experiences but what he has been told about them. And I love how she comes to realize that this is wrong, and she comes to see people in a new light, and she comes to see people as they truly are, not as they have been told to be. You know what I mean? And this is something that I love in this book, how different people from different places have these ideas, maybe, or these misconceptions of how the other should be or act, and they decide to expand themselves, open their minds, and, you know, just accept that there's people who's different from you, who live in another ways, in other cultures, in other, you know, and it's okay, we cannot all live together. That's amazing. And I love this idea in this book that sometimes you have to just let go of all ideas and misconception and just embrace people as they are. And I love that. And there's lots of things that I love about this book, but if I hadn't piqued your interest and you are really waiting to just stop seeing me talking about this book and you want to go and read it, okay, go to, I think, Amazon, or I think even the author's webpage. You can find information about the book and you can see if you can read the first pages, and you're going to be hooked, and you're going to be just expecting the third book to be released because I need it. And if you read the first one and the second one, you're going to need them because the writing quality, it's amazing. And as I say, the characters are amazing, and the world building is amazing, and the story is amazing. I know I haven't talked much about this story, but let's say that our people, the people we have come to love in the first book and the second book, they are going to try to overcome the regime. They are going to be finding people in their paths, and they are going to forge new friendships and new links, and they're going to find new people who might or might not be able to help them. And yeah, we have an evil person, a bad person that wants to do something for his own gain, and we will see if he or she can be stopped, and we are going to be left off in a couple of massive cliffhangers, and yeah, just read the book, because I don't want to explain much about the book to you, because I don't want to ruin it, because as I say, there's lots of things that you don't see coming, and it's amazing. So yeah, pick this one because you're going to love it. Thank you for watching.